This video covers the second half of lesson 7.3 on the scale factor of similar figures. Okay? So all dilations produce similar figures. Okay? It just depends if it's an enlargement or that reduction. Okay? So if the scale factor is between 0 and 1, okay, it is smaller than the original. So between 0 and 1, it's smaller than the original. If it's equal to 1, they are the same size, which really means there's no dilation. Okay? It means they're going to be congruent figures. Okay? If it's greater than 1, anything greater than 1, it's larger than the original. So it says, Ken enlarges the photo shown by a scale factor of 2 for his web page. Then he enlarges the web page photo by a scale factor of 1.5 to print. If the original photo is 2 inches by 3 inches, what are the dimensions of the print? Are the enlarged photos similar to the original? Okay? So what we have to do is know our first dimensions are 2 inches by 3 inches. So our original is 2 inches by 3 inches. Okay, and the first change he makes is to enlarge it by a scale factor of 1.5. So remember, when we do that, we just multiply both of our numbers by the scale factor. So take both of those times 1.5. Okay, and now our first enlargement, okay, the first time we enlarge it, oops, my mistake, sorry, the first time he enlarges it, he actually goes by the scale factor of 2. Sorry about that, so let's back up here. Okay, the first time he enlarges it by a scale factor of 2. So our first change is to multiply both of those by 2. Alright, so 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 2 is 6. So our first new photo is 4 inches by 6 inches. Right? So now the second one, they enlarge that web page photo by that scale factor of 1.5. So we multiply both of these now by 1.5. And our final enlarged print, okay, is actually going to be 6 inches by 9 inches. Right? So there's the new dimensions of the print, are 6 inches by 9 inches. But I still have another question to answer. They ask me, are the enlarged photos similar to the original? Remember, the way we check that is by checking our ratios of corresponding side lengths. So we're going to put, again, that small over big. Okay, so the small one, we're going to start with the original, and we'll compare it to that first enlargement. So we're going to compare 2 to 4, which simplifies to 1/2. Okay, the other side we're going to compare is that 3 to 6, which is again 1/2, which tells me the first enlargement is similar to the original. Okay, when we check the final enlargement, okay, they're asking, are the photos similar to the original? So now we're going to take this 2 inches and we'll compare it to the 6 inches. So 2 to 6 simplifies, because they're both divisible by 2, to 1/3. Okay? Then we're going to take this 3 and we're going to compare it to the 9. So I have 3/9.
Savannah Gustafson, please come to the office. Savannah Gustafson.
And when I simplify 3/9, I also get 1/3. So the enlarged photos are similar to the original. And this one doesn't ask me to explain, but if they did ask me, remember that explanation would just be because the corresponding side length ratios all simplify to the same thing. Let's try another one of those. The art show offers different size prints for the same painting. The original print measures 24 centimeters by 30 centimeters. Okay, so that's one piece of information. The original is 24 centimeters. So 4 by 30 centimeters. Okay. The first thing they do is a printer enlarges it by a scale factor of 1.5. So what we need to do is multiply those again by 1.5. Okay? And 24 times 1.5 gives us a first change to 36 centimeters by, and then 30 times 1.5 is 45 centimeters. Okay, so there's my first enlargement. Okay. Then it says, enlarge that second image by a scale factor of 3. So now I take both of those numbers times 3.
Sophia Felderman, please come to the office. Sophia Felderman.
36 times 3 is 108 centimeters, and 45 times 3 is 135 centimeters. Okay, so that final print says, what are the dimensions of the largest print, which is finally down here, okay, is 108 centimeters by 135 centimeters. Okay, but then they again ask me, okay, are both enlarged prints similar to the original? So I again need to check those side length ratios using that small over big. Okay, so we'll start with this 24 and we'll compare it to the 36. And 24 over 36 simplifies to 2/3. Okay, and then we'll compare the 30 to the 45, which again simplifies to 2/3. So yes, this first print is similar because those side length ratios are the same. So then if we check the second one, let's take that original at 24 and let's compare it to the largest one, which is 108. And when I simplify that, I get 6/27. Okay, so I need to check the second one, which is 30 over 135. And when I simplify that one, I also get 6/27, which again means yes, they are similar. So both of those new prints are similar to the original. And that is how we find, or how we work with similar images.